got you in 4K. We saw you. But some of these girls, baby, I don't know why you're on the show. Bleach? Like, are you dumb? Like, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Bad Girls Club season 7. It just came on it came on Hulu, and they had season 7, 9, 12, 15, I believe. So basically, I've seen Bad Girls Club before. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid, but I snuck and watch it, because we be sneaking. I wasn't allowed to watch it, but when I was a kid, I really did think this was the best show ever. I was really into the drama. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Watching it now, at first I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, I'm glad they took this off air, because this is like crazy. These girls are crazy. But get this, I would definitely, okay, I don't know if I be in the Bad Girls Club, but I get the appeal, because you're living in a mansion, and they're in New Orleans, they were in Las Vegas, Atlanta, like all these really great places. They got a free trip to Barbados. All you have to do is really kind of act crazy, kind of fight a little. But my thing is, I don't think I would do it, because they're throwing my stuff in the pool, they're spitting in my food, they're messing up my contacts. Like, I don't think I could handle it. I think it's for 3 months. I don't think it's like middle school times 10. I thought it would be wise just to rank the girls. I'm really gonna rank it based on like likable, like who do I actually like, and also who is actually a bad girl. Like, I'll get into it, but some of these girls, baby, I don't know why you're on the show. 8, I'm going from number 1 is gonna be best, number 8 is the worst bad girl to me is Shelly, because Shelly would literally start stuff and not finish it. And that's what really made me mad. Like, the other girls, they would start stuff, but at least they know how to fight. At least they had a reason for starting something or fighting. Like, Shelly, first night, she was like, yeah, let's get Judy out of here, because I just don't like the way she acts. She didn't even give Judy a chance. Like, even when Judy cleaned up her act, she was still being super rude to her. And I'm like, why are you talking to her like that? Because she knew who to fight with. Because when she was at the restaurant and Stassi threw that drink on her, it was all quiet. Somebody threw a drink on you and you're going to sit there? But you're a bad girl? I don't think so. Like, she would just complain about everything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, bro, please get her off here. And my thing is, she could have redeemed herself. Because a lot of them I didn't like at the beginning, but they redeemed themselves. Shelly never redeemed herself, because she messed with Stassi's contacts, which one is crazy, because girl could have gone blind. Like, why would you touch her contacts? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And she's like, oh, I put makeup remover. This is at the reunion, mind you. She's like, I put makeup remover in there so it looks blue, so you should, like, not to put them in your eyes. My thing is, like, when I don't have my contacts in, I can't see nothing. So if she had done something to my contacts, and at first she's going to put bleach in her contacts. Bleach? Like, are you dumb? Like, no, that would have had me really hot. Like, I do not blame Stassi for beating her up on the last day, because, one, Stassi became your fake friend. But during that fake friendship, you thought it was a real friendship. So as a friend, why wouldn't you just say, yeah, you know what, I messed up your contacts? Like, why didn't you just own up to it? She never even owned up to it when she was getting beat up. She was like, no, I didn't do it. Baby, we got you in 4K. We saw you. Like, oh my gosh, no, I do not like Shelly at all. Like, she is irritating. And she was a crybaby when she went to jail. Like, okay, I'll give her that. But she's just, I don't know how she stayed to the end. Like, somebody should have had her 7. Tasha. Girl, don't get me started on Tasha. First of all, I'm classy. I'm classy. I'm classy. I'm not like these girls. I'm classy. I'm not gonna do ratchet stuff and hit people. That okay. We get it. You have money. We get it. You come from a privileged background. We get it. But you don't have to complain about it every single day. Like, you chose this experience. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Like, I think that's what everybody was irritated about. Like, nobody's telling you to be here. Like, you chose this life. And my thing was, the biggest deal with her, like, that's why she got kicked out the house. Like, you're not adding anything to it. Like, you are just complaining all the time. Like, you're not even a bad girl because you can't fight. You want to kick and scratch people when it's not even your fight. Then you got beat up by Stassi because you're dumb. Like, I'm just saying you're, like, and she was definitely, like, you could tell this was made in 2011 because she was saying some outrageous stuff. And I was like, okay. And then even with the whole dreadhead boy situation, like, why are you mad? Like, if you're this bad girl and everybody, that's the thing, she said everybody wants to be her. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Like, nobody wants to be you. Like, who are you? And she was like, oh yeah, he wanted me first, but I sent him home. Now you're bringing him home. If you sent him home, you don't want him anymore, right? So let it go. Like, why are you mad? Like, this is the Bad Girls Club. Number 6, Cheyenne. Cheyenne is, you know, who is this girl? Like, very boring. She was dirty, clearly. Like, leaving your stuff around the house. Like, that was her biggest flaw. But I'm not going to say, like, I dislike her. Well, she's racist. She's like, I don't want to go to those black ghetto clubs. I was like, oh, okay, girl, I know that's right. She's like, I don't like black men. I want me a white man. I was like, okay, thank you, Cheyenne. Thanks for letting us know. But other than that, she was just, you know, the fact that she got out so quick, like, Tiara, all she had to do was call, and she was just gone. Like, if somebody's gonna kick me out, like, she didn't know she was being kicked out, but I would have definitely called the producer and been like, hey, like, why am I being kicked out? I haven't done anything. She just packed her bags and went. I'm like, well, clearly you don't need to be here if you're just gonna go willy-nilly. And I think that's what Tiara's point was as well. So at number 5, I have Angie. Okay, the reason why she's number 5 is because she always played, like, the middle field. So she never really picked, when she picked the side, she would switch to the other side and talk to the other friends. And she's like, I only have Angie's back, which is all well and fine until it's to a fake point. Like, you're literally swaying between groups. Like, the house is divided. Like, the house was clearly divided. And when you sway between those different groups, you can't really form an actual bond with somebody if you're on the middle line. You can't. Like, you can be neutral with people. I think Tiara was the most neutral. Like, yes, she had arguments with the other ones, but she was very cordial with the other ones. Angie wanted to be best friends with Shelly and Stassi and Judy and Tasha and Priscilla and Tiara. Like, that's not gonna work because those are polar opposites. You can be friends with people and cordial with the other, but you can't say, like, oh, I'm not picking anybody's side, nobody has my back but Angie. And that's why you got sent to jail, because you want to play two sides of the field, of the fence. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't dislike Angie though. Like, she knew how to hold her own. I would say she's a bad girl because she actually could fight, and she wasn't annoying really. Like, she was cool. Like, I don't mind Angie. She's okay. Miss Priscilla. And y'all are probably wondering, how did Priscilla get this high on the list? I like Priscilla because she knows how to fight. Like, when she beat up Judy, I was like, oh, she's bleeding. Like, this is crazy. Like, I think Priscilla is actually, like, about that life. Like, she showed that too. Like, I had much more respect for her after the fight. Everything else, she was kind of like, whatever. This girl's whatever. But Priscilla's cool. Miss Judy. Okay. I like Judy. And if anybody I remember from 10 years ago, it's Judy. Everybody else I vaguely remembered, but Judy definitely stuck in my mind. Probably because I watched Love Games as well with her. But Judy is definitely like the comedic relief in the show. I thought she was really funny. But at times it was like, okay, girl, I don't know why you're starting fights. Like, you need to calm down. But she, when she threw that cereal and milk on Priscilla, I was like, got it. I was like, got it. But she is really funny. Her with her voodoo, her with her men, that was so funny. Like, I feel like if I think of bad girls, she is definitely like top list, like top 3 bad girls that you can like recognize and remember. But yeah, I like Judy a lot. And so number 2 is Stassi. This is why I love Stassi. She was basically, whether you like it or not, she was the leader of the house. And I would say that Shelly and Stassi were the leaders of the house because they ran it. Let's be honest, they ran it. I like this. I like Stassi's master plan once it worked out, but when she was doing it, I was like, this seems a little fake for her to befriend Shelly. But I liked it once it played out. I think Stassi had the most reasonable logic to have fights, if there was any reasonable logic in the show. Like, I like Stassi because she kept to her word. She stayed with who she wanted to stay with. Like, she wasn't fake. And Stassi was just funny. Like, it seemed like she was a good-hearted person. Whereas everybody else was kind of like fake and, wishy-washy. I like Stassi because she remained to herself. Number 1, y'all guessed it, Tiara. And this is why I love Tiara. She is the realest bad girl in the house. And that's on period. Like, you cannot say she's not real because she always stuck to her word. She never started a fight unless necessary. She really never even started a fight. The only time she would fight is defending herself because people were fighting her. And the only time she really got somebody out the house was Cheyenne. And Cheyenne needed to be out the house. And she didn't even fight Cheyenne to get her out the house. Like, that was the craziest and funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, she didn't even fight her. And I think, like, the whole goal of Bad Girls Club is to fight each other to get each other out of the house, which is, I don't even know what the goal of the show is. Like, I thought it was like, you stay at the house. I guess the goal of the show is to get people out the house. But even if you're not getting people out the house, I don't really get the goal because a lot of people just stayed there. But I don't know, whatever the goal of the show is. And I Googled it. This is, like, real. I Googled it and it said that, like, there's not actresses. Like, these are real people and they chose, the craziest people they could find to be in the Bad Girls Club. So these are, like, real instances. But at the same time, I think there's a little acting. Like, I feel like the producers probably told them to do stuff. But overall, Tiara, back to Tiara. I just love that girl. Like, she's so funny. She's so real. Really down to earth. She also has a really big Instagram following. So I'm glad she's doing great things. Yeah, I just really love Tiara. She just seems like the most sane person in that house. Like, it was just good for her to come on camera and just provide a little reasoning to what Judy and Shelly and everybody else was acting so crazy. And Tiara was really just not a good girl, but she was a bad girl for sure. But she did it with class. Like, I'll put it that way. Unlike Tasha, who says she's classy, but I'll let it go. Overall thoughts about the show, this is 10 years later. This show came out in 2011. It definitely holds up if this is the kind of shows you like. For me, I don't really watch reality TV shows anymore. I'm more into like fictional shows because it's just hard for me. It's hard for me to watch reality shows because it's like this is supposed to be real, but this is not real. Like this is too much. It's way too much. Like you're throwing people's stuff in the pool. You're spitting in people's food. It's just a lot. I'm probably gonna watch the other seasons on Hulu though, because it did keep me entertained. Like it was fun. It's a fun show. It's a fun show. I tend to overanalyze, but I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. But overall, it seems like all the girls have kids or they're doing like social media influencer stuff. I think Angie is a model. But yeah, they're living life, like good for them. I wonder if they'll do like an actual reunion from 10 years ago and see if, they change, if they talk to each other still. I would like to see that. But overall, this is Bad Girls Club 7 review. Please let me know if y'all watched it. If y'all watched it 10 years ago, how did it change? If y'all have any different places of the order of the girls, let me know. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.